Oh, Jeng Jeng Jeng, we have a very big VIP here in our midst. He is a person I personally admire. I admire him for his wit, his effortless sense of humor. Have you heard him? Haven't, right? And his passion for perfection. Chakim is a fine gentleman who will be leading District 80 this term towards excellence. Right, right. So, ladies and gentlemen, our district director for the term 2020-2021, distinguished Toastmaster Ng Che Kim.
Thank you, Vivek. District officers, club officers, fellow Toastmasters, and friends, good afternoon. I can see that from your sharing earlier on that you were having a very fruitful session. First, I want to congratulate all the club officers for being elected as leaders of your club. These are very important positions because the success of your club depends on your leadership. I wish you success. I have a few things that I want to share with you. Usually at the beginning of a term, the new leadership team are very excited. There's a lot of exuberance. This is a bit like the beginning of a new year. People set New Year resolutions. But for most people, after a couple of months, they forget about the New Year resolutions. They forgot about they wanted to lose weight. They forgot about they wanted to exercise every day. And similarly, through my years with Toastmasters, I noticed that at the beginning of the term, every EXCO will have their plans, big plans. They plan many activities. But after a couple of months, everything dies down. So my first message to you is, this term, this EXCO term, is 12 months. Treat it like a marathon rather than a 100 meters dash. Because if you run too fast in a marathon, at the end of the journey, at the end of the run, you'll be very tired. So pace out your activities and make sure it all takes place until the end of the term. My second message to you is this. Very often we hear leaders saying things like that. I want to make a difference. I want to change the way we do things. Every time when I hear such comments, I'm concerned because these comments sound very self-centered, sound very egoistic. Let me repeat what they say. They say, I want to make a difference. Now the difference can be worse. I want to do things differently. I want to change things. My message to you is don't change for the sake of changing. There's a captain of a ship. He asked the first officer to gather all the crew on the deck. He wanted to inspect the crew. And he found that all of them smell very badly. They haven't been showered for probably weeks. So he told the first officer, he said, these people really stink. At least get them to change their underwear. So the officer told the man, gentlemen, the captain says you all smell very bad. He wants all of you to change your underwear. So all of you remove your underwear, throw in the deck and pick another one. Now they changed the underwear, but it's not any better. I volunteer, a few Toastmasters and myself volunteer at the Changi prison for the last 12 years. And personally, I have met over 1,000 prisoners. Most of them, before they are discharged, they will tell us that they want to change. But a big percentage of them end up back in the prison. I remember this person called Jeffrey. So when I met him in the prison again, I asked him, what happened? I thought you want to change? He said, oh, the first time I came in is because of armed robbery. This time is rioting. So he changed, but it didn't end up better. So my message to you is don't change for the sake of changing. Instead, set a clear goal, set plans, achieve the goal, and execute those plans. So change itself should not even come into the picture. If those plans involve change, then execute the change. But change should not be the centerpiece. Okay, don't change for the sake of changing. Finally, Division Director Hakim told me that today's training, all the speakers are from Division E, they're past leaders. I thought this is an excellent initiative. I've read some statistics about corporations. Corporations who promote their leaders from within. That means they promote people from within the company rather than hire outside. The morale of their employees are a lot higher. So I think this recognition to the past leaders is very encouraging because these past leaders understand the culture of the division. So I really applaud Hakim for this initiative. So in summary, treat your term as a marathon, pace out your activities, don't change for the sake of changing, have a clear goal, set plans to achieve the goal and execute them, and also recognize your past leaders. Thank you, and back to you, Vivek.
Thank you, Chair Kim. Thank you for your encouragement, and definitely we look forward to running this marathon together with you. Okay, next up we have Distinguished Toastmaster Ho Chu Lin. She is a leader whom I have worked with personally last term, so I know that she is one who is all ears whenever the load gets overwhelming for me last term. And she's always eager to share everything that she has to offer to enhance the experience of any Toastmaster, myself included. And she calls me sayang, but I can assure you she's sayang everybody. She's very motherly. If you know her better, she is someone who's very systematic, and which is why she's the perfect person to share with us on the club officer roles. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my honor to bring you Distinguished Toastmaster Ho Chu Lin.
Thank you very much, Vivek. You are forever my sayang, don't worry. Okay, let me just share my screen. Hang on. So everyone, is the screen okay? Can you see? Good. Give me a thumbs up if you can see the screen.
Yep.
Good, excellent. Pleasant afternoon once again, fellow senior district officers, fellow district officers and club officers. Thank you so much for having me this afternoon. I remembered attending my first club officers training. That was back in 2015. I was totally unaware of what to expect or what was expected of me back then. In other words, in Singlish, I may say it in just like bleu sotong at that time. But ever since then, I have attended almost every club officers training. You see, my home club, Toa Payoh Central CC Toastmasters Club, they are a very eco-friendly club. They believe in reuse, recycle, and repurpose. They reused, recycled, and repurposed me almost every term in various club officers' role. So perhaps some of you, maybe some of you are just like me. reuse, recycle, repurposed. Pro in attending club officers training. For some others, maybe this is your very first time. It does not matter. What matters most is that you are here with us this afternoon. And that warms the cockle of our hearts because you are an important component of your club leadership structure. And you're willing to invest your time with us this afternoon to learn about leadership as well as to help your club to greater success for this term. So to me, Toastmasters is an incredible community. From the members to the club, from the club to the area council, from the area council to the division council as well as district council. Every one of us, each of us, we are all constantly learning from each other. I may be the so-called trainer for this afternoon, but I'm sure at the end of this session, I will be able to learn something new from some of you. Every training that I attend, I will be able to learn something new. That is the gist of learning and relearning. Okay, a little bit about myself. I was born in Division E, April 2015 at Toa Payoh Central CC Toastmasters Club. I had the privilege of being raised by several distinguished Toastmasters. You have heard one of them, distinguished Toastmaster Tay Yan Peng, our big mama in the club, always ready with her wisdom and advice. I have also distinguished Toastmaster Yen Tay. She has never failed to help me whenever I have any issues. Despite all her busy schedule, she will always respond to me whenever I need help. I have also another person that I really count on for a lot of support. Division E, first Division E Director, distinguished Toastmaster Muhammad Hijazi. He will give me all his support during the time that I was in the Division E. He is one person that is never afraid to share his knowledge. And he is also one person that always want to give that little extra to someone who asked for help. So these people, they are like my lifeline or personal help desk whenever I need. Now, why am I telling you all this? Because I want you to understand, especially if you are the first-time club officers, Division E may not be a very big division, but we are big with raising leaders, we are big with leadership, and we have leaders with big hearts, always willing to walk with you, to share with you their knowledge, and to help you along the way. So you just need to ask the division, all these people, they will be willing to help you with all their knowledge. Okay, that's really my story in just a few seconds. So this is what you've explained, Hakim has explained, Division E, new motto. I love it. I loved it. Always a little something extra and you will be extraordinary. Now, as club officers representing our club, our area, our division, as well as district and Toastmasters International, it's very important for us to know our roles, our responsibility, and also how we can be more effective with our roles so that we all can enjoy this 1 year journey. As Chokim has mentioned, it's a marathon. So we have to know what we need to do. Identifying our role, hopefully at the end of this session, we'll all be able to identify our roles and understand our responsibilities towards our clubs and towards our members. First up, I would like to say that a leader is a good reader. A leader must be a good reader. Read this guide, Club Leadership Handbook. Reading often reinforces our understanding of important concepts. So this book is an essential guide to all the club governance, leadership roles, distinguished club program, club finance, etc. Everything. So important, read this guide. Quickly, I'm going to go into the 7 roles of the leadership, club leadership roles. We have first, club president, vice president education, vice president membership, vice president public relations, secretary, treasurer, sergeant at arms. So we have 7 roles. And also we do have the immediate past present, but technically it's not listed as a club leadership roles here. So each of these officers in the Toastmasters has certain responsibility to fulfill in supporting the club and its members. So the club leadership handbook gives a very comprehensive guide to all the roles, each roles, as well as some scenarios that each role may face, some of the challenges. Now, I'm not here to go through everything in the book. That's why I asked you to read the book. But what I'm doing here, I'm here to highlight the important points that you need to know to be effective in your role. And I'm here, hopefully, to share a little extra from my experience with this various role. Okay, so we are good. Let's move on because we really need to watch our time. Now let's make this a little bit more interesting with a bit of science lessons. Primary 3, science lesson number 1, parts of your body. The hand, the eyes, the face, the mouth, the blood, the heart, and the head. So can you identify the roles? Any of this role that comes with your club officer's role. Let's just start with Sergeant at Arms. Sergeant at Arms. You may be the 7th ranking officers in a club leadership role, but listen to this carefully. You should be the first person that makes eye contact with your guests. Be the first pair of eye to look out for your guests, whether it is an online meeting or a physical meeting. Greet the guests with good eye contact and great smile. I think some of you also mentioned earlier, it's one of the moments of truth. First impression. Make your guests feel comfortable, feel welcome, so they will come back. So that is very important for Sergeant at Arms. So the other roles for Sergeant at Arms is you need to take care of the club property, things like the banner, the lectern, the gavel, and all those ribbons. One of the things I've learned for, as a Sergeant at Arms is to, whenever you have all this property, you make a list of the things so that it's easy for you to know what are the things that you have and to pass on to the next club officer. Okay, setting out of venues for chapter meeting, packing up is also very important. Sometimes I've seen club meeting starts at 7 o'clock. At 7 o'clock, the guests are all there and the meeting venues is not set up. So Sergeant at Arms, be there early to set up the meeting. One of the tricks is that if you are not able to be there, it is also a good idea to have a list of checklists. What you need to do to set up a meeting. For example, you need to place the banner. Where do you want to set the banner? You need to put the lectern, place it in the center of the meeting, and where you want to place the gavel, on top of the lectern or beside the lectern, and where do you want to place the ribbon. So if you have this checklist set up, it'll be very easy. Even if you are not able to go for the meeting early, you can just task any of the members to help with the setup. So this is something that you can follow. And packing up, make sure you pack the same thing, because what goes up must come back. Okay? Collecting ballots for our voting slip when necessary. This is more for physical meeting, but I would suggest that you explore using online voting platform. things like Mentimeter.com. It is very easy to go around with this voting online. So you save a lot of, you're more eco-friendly, you save paper, and it's easier process. So this is the role of Sergeant at Arms. You are the first pair of eyes to look out for your guests. Next role, we have Treasurer. That's my current role. So Treasurer, you look after the cash flow and financial aspect of your club. You are just like the blood that flows through your club. So if you look at a business sense, cash flow is as important as blood to the body. Without that, the company cannot survive. So your roles as a treasurer, importantly, you need to make sure you collect all the membership dues. And after collecting, you need to submit the membership due to Toastmasters International. There are 2 membership dues that you need to make sure you submit, 1st October and 1st of April. So don't do it on the last minute. I've seen so many treasurers do it on the last day, and when the last day, wow, the system got jammed up. Then you have problem, okay? For collecting of membership due, perhaps one of the easier way to do so is to collect it via online banking transfer. If you allow members to pay you cash, I would suggest that you give a receipt to the members to confirm that you have received the cash. For our club, we generally do not collect cash because, well, to me, is sometimes, especially if the members give me cash on a Friday and then I put inside my wallet, Saturday I go for marketing and boom, gone, the money is gone. So using online platform will help you to have a better tracing purpose, okay? Now, one thing I would like to talk about the submitting membership due to Toastmasters International. Now, if you collect the dues, it's important that you submit to Toastmasters International timely, especially during speech contest season. Because if you do not submit it on time to Toastmasters International, the members that is going up to the next level of contest may be disqualified because he's not a member of good standing in Toastmasters International. So very important to take note of that, okay? Keeping proper financial records. This is a must. I would say a must for all treasurer. In Toa Payoh Central CC, we have so-called design or set up Excel spreadsheet that records all the income, all the members, how much they pay, and all the expenditure that we pay out, maybe for food, for speech contest, for buying ribbons, whatever extra things that we have to pay. So have this spreadsheet that shows all the money that you come in and all the money that goes out. And in my spreadsheet is also, I've set in formula so that it will help you to reconcile with the bank statement. So it is important that you have a proper record. And with this proper record, you are able to present your financial report at your club executive meeting or what we call the annual general meeting. Because it's very important, you collect money from the members. They have the right to know where the money goes to, how much you spend on the items, and also at the end of the day, what is the amount left. So very important that you do a proper financial record, okay? One tip that I can share about collection, because as a treasurer, we always get, joke about that we are the along of the club. So whenever we want to collect money, well, there's always a big issue when you need to collect money for membership due. Now, one trick that I can share with you is that you start collecting your membership due early, at least 1 month before the due date. For example, your next renewal due is 1st October. So you should be paying Toastmasters International by at least the 3rd week or before 30th September. So what you do is you collect it, you issue your notice to collect membership due from your members during end August. So when you tell them, oh, you need to collect well, $90 or whatever amounts that you need to collect from them by when? Maybe beginning of September. That way, you tap on to the so-called salary cycle of your members, because they will know that, yeah, I need to reserve this amount in when I get my pay for August so that I can pay the club. But if you only ask them in end September and they have not got the pay, so they will tell you, I will pay next month. That is October, then you are late. So the members will not be a members of good standing. So important, get early. Try to bring your calendar early. And once you do that, it's easier for you to pay Toastmasters International early so that you do not get yourself jammed at the end of the payment cycle. Okay? Yes. Now let's move on. We have the next row, which is the secretary. Secretary, you are like the mighty pen that holds, the mighty hand that holds the powerful pen, because what you write, what you record can inspire, can influence, can have an impact on your members. I remember when I was a secretary, that was actually my first club officer's role in 2015. I used to write recap of meeting. It's just a very simple 1 page or maximum 1.5 page of recap, whereby I put some picture and I write about what are the interesting things that the speaker spoke about, how do they, if there's extra like workshop, what are the gist of the workshop. So members came back to me and say that, wow, this is very interesting, because even if you miss attending the chapter meeting, you're able to read through the recap of the meeting as if you are in the meeting. So this is very helpful to connect yourself with the club members so that they are always keep up to date about what's happening in the club. Okay, for club secretary, important that you are there to, you need to maintain club files. One of the documents that you must maintain will be the club charter document as well as club roster. There are other documents that you need to file in. The best is to do an online filing, those maybe Google file, so that you can easily pass on to the next secretary. Okay, as a secretary, you also will be a support, act as a support for Basecamp manager. So Basecamp manager is whereby you facilitate and approve members' submission, completion of their pathway. So you are one of the 3 Basecamp manager. Reporting new club officers list. Now, this is important. You are club officers for this term and your terms end 30th June 2021. So when the next term officers is elected, it is your responsibility to report this new club officers list to Toastmasters International. And you need to do it before 30th of June 2021, before end of your term. Okay, this will help your club earn that 0.5 DCP point, but it's very important. Okay, so doing it at Club Central, I'm sure you are aware, the Club Central will be www.toastmasters.org at Club Central. So submit new club officers list. So as a secretary, this is your responsibility. So you are the hand that write. Okay, next up, we have, what do we have? Vice President of Public Relation, VPPR. As VPPR, you are the mouthpiece of your club effort to promote a positive image to your club, because you have to project that positive face of your club. You are the public face of the club. You tell the story of your club to the public. That is very important, because you share. Like for example, if you have a vibrant club meeting, you post it on social media, you're able to share, and then when public reads it, wow, this club is very interesting. I want to join this club. I want to see what is happening in this club. So remember, you are the public face of your club. Share that story with the public. If you can project that positive face to the public at large, you are able to attract, you're likely to be able to attract more people to join, to visit your club. That is very important, projecting a public face to the club. So for those CC club, it's also important that you expand your outreach. For example, when you are at the CC, they have organized some event. Ask them whether you are able to help with them, so that more people will be aware of your Toastmasters club. And if you are a company, corporate club, you can help to organize maybe your annual dinner and dance. That way you are able to outreach to more people about your club. Okay. Updating content on social media, also a responsibility of VP PR. So I know many VP PR out there. You are an excellent digital natives. So, but it's also important. I know you can do a lot of wonders on social media, but importantly, use that talent to ensure that your club social media platform are all updated with vibrant information, creative content, and also good resources, so that when people go to your social media, they'll be attracted to visit your club. Next important thing for VPPR, please take note. It is your responsibility to safeguard the Toastmasters brand, trademarks, and copyrights. This is also mentioned by Tay Yan Ping. So it's very important because you are representing Toastmasters International, and there is a lot of branding that you need to adhere to, okay? Personally, I have not been a VPPR, but I have been doing a lot of poster, and I find that doing poster is one way to capture people's attention. And I encourage you to try exploring with Canva or Poster My Wall. These are the two templates that I always try to use, okay? And that helps me whenever I want to make some interesting message to outside people, okay? VPPR. Next, we have, what do we have? Next, Vice President Membership. Vice President Membership. You are like the mouthpiece of your club. You are the one who talk to guests, to ask them to join your club, and also to help recruit. You lead your club effort in recruiting new members. So it is very important. Don't just sit quietly at a meeting. I've seen people just sit quietly at a meeting, and when new members come, they just stay at the new members. No, talk to the guests. Tell them about your personal Toastmasters journey. Follow up with them at the end of the meeting. Talk to them about the benefit of Toastmasters, how Toastmasters can actually help them in their life and in their career. And also importantly, ask them, talk to them, ask them if they want to join as a member. So it is very important you lead this effort to have the recruitment of your new members. So assisting guests during meeting and follow up with them, as I said, to check with them whether they have any feedback on the meetings and so on and so forth. Process membership application. Very important for you again. As a VPM, it is your responsibility to process this membership application on Toastmasters International. Now, I just give you a scenario. If a members join today and pay you today, and tomorrow is your club contest, speech contest. Members pay you, but you have not paid to Toastmasters International. Is that members of club, members of good standing? No. I see Vivek shake her head. No. So it's important that you make sure that the membership application is submitted to TI timely, so that, once you submit, TI will send you an email notice. So until and unless TI has approved the membership application, the members is not members of good standing in TI, even though the members has paid the club. Okay. Okay, another role that the VP membership should be doing is to conduct new members induction program. We do this, I think, every quarter in Toa Payoh Central CC Toastmasters Club, whereby we introduce our new members, we share with them our Toastmasters pledge, and we welcome them into our Toa Payoh Central CC family club. okay? So they feel welcome that way. And that's where also we have we acknowledge their mentor so that they are aware who are the mentors, okay? Now for VP membership, I would also like to encourage you in your effort to recruit new members, tap on Toastmasters International Membership Building Program. We have Smedley Award that is actually started today. Today is the start of the Smedley Award, 1st August to 30th September. Any club that recruit 5 new, dual, or reinstated members will get the Smedley Award, will receive the Smedley Award. So you can tap on all this membership building program that is run by Toastmasters International. Talk Up Toastmaster will be next year, January, I think February, and Beat the Clock is usually the last month of the following term. Beat the Clock, which it should be May to June. So every of this membership program, building program, will be 5 new, dual, or reinstated members. So tap on all this to run this various program, okay? VP membership, remember you are the mouthpiece of your club. Talk to people about membership. Talk to people that you know. Ask them to join as Toastmaster and tell them what are the benefits, okay? VP education. As a current VP education and also a past VP education, I acknowledge that this is not the easiest role as a club officers. But let me encourage you, if you put your heart into doing this role and taking care of the members, you will be rewarded multiple times, okay? Have the heart that care, because people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. If you have a heart to put your heart into caring for your members, planning for the program, this role is really about taking care of your members, taking care of your members' progress. So you must really have the heart to encourage the members and cheer for your members whenever they achieve some award. Cheer for them, give them your loudest cheer from the heart. So this is very important. Now, one of the things about planning a program for your chapter meeting, I have always hear from VPE that, wow, so difficult to get people to be an appointment holder, so difficult to engage Vivek because she's so busy and things like that. Now, one of the trick perhaps I can share with you is when you ask for appointment holder, or when you ask for especially external appointment holder, give them straight away, give them a choice of maybe 2 or 3 dates. This month, next month, and the following month. Tell them this 3 dates and ask them to choose. So likelihood is they will tell you, they will say okay for one of the dates. There, bingo, you got at least one appointment holder field down the road. So if you consistently do this, wow, you have no issue getting Vivek every time. So that is one thing that VP education you can do. Try this, okay? So supporting Toastmasters, the members educational program is something that a VP membership, this is your core responsibility. Basecamp manager, Vice President Education, you are a Basecamp manager and it's your role to facilitate, submit your members' educational submission. And remember, doing it in Basecamp, approving in Basecamp, you still need to go to Club Central to submit the educational award. Otherwise, it's just one hanging there. Okay? In order to have that DCB point, you must make sure that you approve in Basecamp and then you go to Club Central to submit the educational award to get that point, okay? Managing mentor program. It's important for you to mobilize some senior members in your club to have this mentor program. And whenever you have a new members, put in a mentor for the new members so that you help the new members to get familiar with Pathway or with your club, okay? Okay, one of the things about this VP education is that in Toa Payoh Central CC, I'll just share with you a little extra tips. What we do is we do assign another club members to assist with program planning. We call them meeting manager. So in a way, we will share with them how they plan the program and how do they get appointment holders, and then they do the program planning, the program sheet. And that way, it's very easy because you kind of help to relieve some of the job for the roles for the VP education, but at the same time, it's also a good way to train up another person to be your successor in future for the next round as VP education. So that is very something that for Toa Payoh, we have practiced it for quite a while. So it's pretty successful, I believe. So our VPE are very happy people, okay? Last but not least, of course, very important, we have the club president. Club president, you are like the head of the family. If you look at your club and its member as an extension of your family, you will be able to lead and guide them to achieve their best. So you set the tone as the head of the family. You set the tone for your family members. It's also very important for you to create a sustainable culture of respect, trust, and also active learning among your members. So very important is to really to guide your members, to lead and guide your members. Not as, to me, I do not really like the Toastmasters International CEO, president, you're the CEO of the company. That gives the impression that it's a top-down instruction. Okay, so I feel that it's more important to have that value of humility so that you are able to lead and give a good example. Okay, always be present to lead by example and inspire with your action. Of course, as a club president, it's important that you formulate the club success plan. So this is where you share with your members, you work with your exco to make sure that your club progress successfully. And as a club president, it's also your duty to preside over all club meeting. Be present and preside over all club meeting. And if you're not able to, you have to assign someone, perhaps one of the vice president, to preside over the club meetings, because you do the opening address where you want to inspire your members, and you do have to do the closing address every time, okay? As a club president, it's also important for you to, as a base camp manager, because you are also one of the 3 base camp manager, okay? So these are just some of the roles and responsibility. As a president, you oversee everything. So you need to be enthusiastic about that role, because being enthusiastic is very contagious. You cannot be a club president and then, today I don't know what to do, I don't know what to say, and things like that. So as a club president, you have to be very actively involved with the club and with its members. And that will help you, because you are the head of the family. That's where everyone looks to you for guidance. So lead with humility. That's for a club president, very important. So in summary, if you have forgotten everything I say, never mind. Let me just go a quick summary. Sergeant at Arms, you are like the eye of the club, whereby you make the first eye contact with your guests. Very important. Treasurer, like the blood flow through the club, whereby it's important to maintain a very healthy cash flow so that you can survive. Without blood, you can't survive. Secretary, the mighty hands that holds a powerful pen. Use it wisely to inspire, to influence, and to impact your members. VPPR, you are the public face of your club. Project that positive mark that attract people to your club. VPM, Vice President Membership, you are the mouthpiece of your club. Tell everyone about Toastmasters. Tell everyone about your club. Talk to everyone about the benefit of joining as a member of your club. Vice President of Education, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. Care for your members, look after your members with all your heart, and you will benefit yourself from this whole journey. And of course, club president, you are the head of the family. You have to lead and guide and inspire your club to greater success. So these are all the roles and responsibility. I hope I've given you some understanding of the roles and responsibility of different roles in this in the club leadership. So what you can do is, of course, attending club officers training is very important. But another thing that you can do is to network with all the club officers. This is an opportunity in a club officers training. Get to know all the club officers, other club officers from your areas as well as beyond your areas. And always, always remember, seek assistance from your area director whenever you need. They are there to help you. They are there as a liaison officer between the club and the district. So it's a very important role. Get to know them. They are wonderful people. I know these 4 area directors from Division E, wonderful people. They will be able to help you in any circumstances. So get to know them and seek their assistance whenever you need. Okay, that's all that I have time. I think I would like to just hand over the session back to our Toastmaster of the day, my dear Sayang Vivek. Thank you very much. Over to you, Vivek.
Thank you so much, Julin. Yes, now all our club officers are like, okay, this is what I have to do, this is what I have to do, this is what I have to do. So many, right? You're overwhelmed already, right? Yeah, so that is why we have placed the break time just nice over here. Okay, but before that, because I also can't feel my legs anymore, before that, we shall be taking a group photo. So all of you, please put your videos on, smiles up, and smile for the camera. Can we have Paulus to do this part, please?
Yes, sure. Now, please everyone turn on your video because this is also another form of our credential check. Smiles. Please smile. And another page.
We got your toy lah. Almost one shot lah.